Welcome to DirectorPro.ai. First, we will sign up and register. You'll get a welcome message, but what you really want to look for is that verify. Once you verify your email, you get 100 credits. First thing you're going to want to do is start a story. So let's go ahead and use an agent for that. The Story Companion agent will help you create and craft a story from scratch with natural language. Let's create a story about an undead female. The Story Architect is great at helping you developing stories. It'll give you suggestions and clues on how to develop your story. You can brainstorm with the agent for as little or as long as you want. Taking your time chatting with the agent will obviously give you better results. The LEDs towards the bottom let you know how far you are in developing your story. To keep things moving, we're gonna accept quick full story and let the agent just do the work. Notice the green LED lights up. That means the story is ready to be accepted. Click on Accept Draft to Story. Once the agent is done parsing your story, it will give you the proper assets, characters, locations, sequences, and shots that you can start generating with. If you click on the visual gallery, we can see all the assets it created for us. It created the protagonist, the antagonist, and a whole bunch of other assets. I want to get familiar with the story, but I don't like reading, so I'm going to generate a narration.
Untitled. In a land cloaked in shadows and whispers, there existed a kingdom ruled by fear and darkness. Its throne sat atop a hill, a foreboding silhouette against the blood-red sky, where an evil king reigned supreme. He was known for his ruthless heart and a legacy marked by death, having extinguished the light of many, including...
Let's go ahead and start generating some images. We'll start with our protagonist. When we first generate, the AI will give a description and some persistent tags so we can keep generating consistent images. That's pretty cool. I think I'm happy with that. I want to see the whole character, so I'll go to Advanced Options and I'll click on Full Body View and generate another one. Here we can see the tags the AI generated along with semantic memory. We'll talk about that later. Very nice. I like this image. I'm going to set it as my main so that the AI can keep generating with it. Let's move on to voice. I want her to have an eerie feel. Let's see what we got in the standard library. Actually, it might be better to just design a voice from scratch.
I am a whisper from beyond the veil, a melody woven from starlight. My essence flows through dimensions, a gentle current of ancient power. Fear not, for I bring only the echoes of eternity.
I am a whisper from beyond the veil, a melody woven from starlight. My essence flows through dimensions.
I am a whisper from beyond the veil, a melody woven from starlight.
Which one would you choose? You don't have to, but I'd like to generate a feel video so I can see some motion with my character along with the voice. It helps me mentally develop my character inside my own head. It's not playing with audio. I forgot to choose my main voice.
From starlight. I am a whisper from beyond the veil, a melody woven from starlight.
There we go. That helps me feel her a bit more.
I am a whisper from beyond the veil, a melody woven from starlight.
I promised we'd talk about lore. You could unload your visions here. Record quick thoughts you have about your characters here. The AI uses them to help you generate shots and other things regarding your story. Let's move on to the protagonist. I like it. Let's see what the visual gallery is looking like.
Untitled. In a land cloaked in shadows and whispers, there existed a kingdom ruled by fear and darkness. Its throne sat atop a hill, a foreboding.
We also have locations and assets that we need to generate. Before we can start generating shots, we need to generate all these. If you didn't notice, I just took a shortcut. I hit generate missing. I'm going to do that for locations and for assets just to keep the ball rolling. Not bad on the first try. This one's really cool. You also have project settings or art control settings that you can set to keep your whole project in sync. You can control things like aspect ratio, resolution, style, and animation. Finally, we'll generate our assets. I don't like the dragon. I can talk to the companion to help me get some better settings for this. I want it to look a little more evil. You can just tell her what you want with natural language. I think it needs some horns. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. Now that we have our assets generated, we can start generating some shots. I'm going to use the blocking feature, which helps us get consistent cameras and character directions. It doesn't always work, but it helps. Let's generate our first shot frame. We can edit, duplicate, and delete shots here. After the frame has been generated, we can then generate a clip. Let's edit the video motion prompt. I'll also edit the duration of the video. Let's go with that. Sometimes we get good generations, but we just don't have the cropping or the composition we want. You can click on the crop button and kind of adjust the image to your liking. This is going to matter as it's going to serve as the first frame for the video. That's good enough for now. I want to edit the motion prompt, but I forgot what the sequence is about. Let's ask the story assistant. Okay, that gives me a better clue. She's heading towards the king's castle. While that's generating, let's take a look at the sound mixer. You can generate sound effects for your videos here. Let's try to get some footsteps. Let's work on some dialogue. The system will use the voice you saved earlier.
Malaka, you won't let me rest. Malaka, you won't let me rest.
Make sure you apply it to the timeline so it plays with your shot. After applying it to the timeline, we can go to the sound effects tab.
You won't let me rest.
I'll bring in the footsteps as well. I can hardly hear the footsteps, so I'll adjust the gain a little bit.
Malaka, you won't let me
The
rest.
timeline's very rudimentary, but it's okay. It does the trick. We need to make the shot so that it sticks.
You won't let me rest.
For some reason, it plays a lot lower in here. Let's work on the dialogue for the next shot.
You cannot get away. You cannot get away.
Let's go to the sequence editor to add a simple transition. There's not too much to offer, but this dip to black helps. If you like it, you should render the sequence reel. This stitches the shots together into one complete sequence. It'll take some time. For the sake of speed, I'm going to fast forward everything I do to sequence 2 and 3. Once you've stitched all your sequences together, you could generate a score for the whole film, short film, whatever it is that you're doing. Just chat with the AI in natural language and tell it what you want. Let's hear what it made.
You won't let me rest.
Let's choose the one we like and we'll apply it to the full movie.
You won't let me rest.
Kinda corny, but for the speed and sake of this video, it'll do. Happy storytelling.